you mangy dogs. Swab the decks and hoist the sails. The guns on board be needing some proper manning. Pieces of 8 and a fine wench on your arm, if your work be not too shoddy. Careful not to flounder too badly, though, or you may have to dance the hempen jig as we see you to Davy Jones. Jeffy, my boy, on with the show.
Welcome, everybody, friends, folks, foes, and fellow pirate mateys, to yet another weekly edition of Pirate Radio Podcast. It's episode number 360, Full Circle, with Neil Young at 80. It's a few days after his 80th birthday, but only because we just picked up on this recently. We're running with it, whatever the case may be. I, of course, am your host, as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. WPRPN.com is the website we will direct your attention to. Sign up is free. If you dig and appreciate the work that we've been doing here over the past 10 years, be sure to check out the show description end of things. We not only do we have extensive free archives available via BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble. YouTube is a little more hit and miss because of their unfortunate their censorial ways. Facebook as well now memory holding all live streams after a month. You think billionaire Zuckerberg would be able to cover any incurred expenses, but they've made that decision to disappear a lot of the content that people put together, unfortunately. So we have a Patreon presence. We have t-shirts and coffee mugs up for grabs, of course, available through galacticfire.com and elsewhere. Private One Radio at protonmail.com is our main email address. If you have any show suggestions or guest ideas, it suffices as our PayPal contact. So digital love as well, always appreciated. Half of everything we do generate via the public, as far as your support is concerned, goes directly back to the grassroots. In fact, most of it going toward our upcoming, I believe it's 11th annual Operation Secret Santa campaign, and it's a 10-day annual event, an outreach, Christmas consciousness raising project that we've been pursuing here now for quite some time. So drop by the main website, WPRPN.com. Take a look at the Operation Secret Santa link, all the information that it entails. Liking, commenting, sharing, remembering to hit subscription notification buttons, always appreciated, along with passing word along to friends, family, and co-workers, or cow workers, I suppose, as long as, I guess I got a little bit of either cowgirl in the sand on my mind, or maybe even farm aid as well. So given the fact of what we're looking at here this week, Neil Young at 80. And of course, it's for him been a nearly 6-decade-long career of professional music. Born in Toronto on November 12th, 1945, he remains to this day a highly influential singer-songwriter known for his work in mostly the musical fields of folk, country, and rock. Initially gained fame in the mid 1960s as a member of the Southern, or rather of Southern California's Buffalo Springfield. His subsequent solo career, success, activism, and controversy are all areas we obviously aim to explore. As always, be ready via the various live streaming peanut galleries with your top show related thoughts, comments, and questions. All right. So we're also happy to be joined this week by a couple of friends and fellow pirate mateys. Robert Morningstar out of Manhattan, USA, and head of Drigas Productions, Mark, simply who he's best known as around here. Someone who calls Texas, the great Longhorn State, I guess, is known as Texas, USA home. So we weren't sure if maybe Harpo would be dropping by, connecting with us this week. Pretty sure he would have a lot to offer regarding Neil Young and, Crazy Horse, of course. I think most of the members are still alive, but he's done it. He's done it all. He's done so much in the course of his career. Welcome, guys. Uh, how long have the two of you been Neil Young fans?
Oh, I guess for me from the beginning,
Or mid?
Buffalo Springfield.
Yeah. How about that? Eh. Right
Uh,
on. Yeah. And what are some of their songs that you remember best? And
oh,
mhm.
I remember. I really love Stephen Stills' music. It's a
Uh-huh.
long time, but
Sure.
what? Uh, Whatever was on the original Buffalo Springfield album and the solo Stephen Stills, and of course Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young.
Right.
Remember them?
Oh God.
I actually saw Neil Young live at Carnegie Hall.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That would have
I
been great.
found him a little, to be honest with you, I liked him, but I found him a little bit too melancholy, you know,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah, like I've
a
I've got a few.
little bit on the sad side, a little bit on the whiny side, but
Mm-hmm.
didn't he do Alabama? Yeah, he did Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear. We got some karaoke here, queued up as well. Just the last minutes are a deal, so we'll get it going here momentarily, along with Telegram and take a look at Facebook and what. Can you give us just a few, maybe a bar or two? How does that melody go? Alabama,
Oh yeah, For What It's Worth is one song that I really like.
Southern Man
Someone,
too.
yeah, Southern Man. That was a more lively
Do you know?
one of his
Do you
songs.
know? Do you remember the
Cinnamon
rebuttal?
Girl, Cinnamon Girl was
Yes,
beautiful.
that was Mark. Mark chose that one as well too.
Yeah, that was the one that first came to mind to both of us almost simultaneously.
Are you currently living? Is it
Something's happening here,
for what it's
It
worth?
ain't
Yeah.
it isn't exactly clear.
Yes. Yes. There's a man with a gun over
You know, I
there.
yeah, I often quote one line from that song, which is "Nobody's right if everybody's wrong."
Yeah. No. Step out of line. The man comes to take you
To,
away. And it's so true. They nailed it with that one definitely. You know, and Mr. The Loner is another one that goes back quite a few years. I don't think that was done with Buffalo Springfield, but do you remember the Decade triple album release?
no, I don't think so. I don't
Oh,
remember
okay.
that.
You probably recognize the cover. I think it's him or somebody with their back. I think they're facing the sun and they're sitting in front of a guitar case and
Yeah, I
their
vaguely remember that. I
arms.
really didn't follow Neil Young devoted. I bought a couple of his albums.
Right.
My brother Lou sang a lot of his songs. As a matter of fact, if you guys are interested, my brothers and I are having a reunion on December 22nd with J.J. French. because J.J. French is the fourth brother in our family. He grew up in my mom's apartment.
Right.
If you go to YouTube, if you go to my channel on YouTube, you'll see 2 hour interviews with J.J. French, John.
Well, yeah. Who would the world better know JJ as exactly?
Uh, you mean his former name?
Well,
John.
his because he did come to he himself became prominent in the world of music for a time,
Oh
and
yeah, Twisted Sister, of course.
right. But a lot of you hear JJ, a lot of people you say the name JJ French, they don't doesn't quite
You know,
ring a bell.
that's,
You say Twisted Sister, and
yeah,
I
I
mean
know.
need say not anything further.
Oh, I remember. I remember the day he got twisted.
Oh, really? You twisted a few with JJ back in the day, did you? No, I'm not sure if we've lost them because of what we're doing here.
he
Let's see.
he was just a guitar strumming, long haired folk singer, and I lent him a book that I've told you about, The Master Game by Dr. Robert Estorop, and I said, "Here,
Right.
read this
Yeah.
book. It's a fabulous book." He
Mm.
came back 3 days later. He said, "Robert, this book is my life. I know what I've got to do. I want to become a rock and roll star. So I'm
Wow.
cutting my hair. I'm getting my and that was it.
Wow.
He took off. And,
So, wow,
yeah,
that's great.
that book is fabulous, man.
Mm.
It's what I use as my teacher's manual. When I bought the book, back in 75 or 76, I said to myself, wow, I don't have to write a book. I don't have to write a book for teaching Tai Chi. This guy already did it. Dr. Robert Estorop wrote a book called Drugs in the Mind and then The Master Game. And The Master Game is a synthesis of Jungian psychology and Taoism.
Hmm.
And
Something I probably
the rest is
Neil Young would be interested in, I would imagine.
probably.
You know that he's had I think he's had epilepsy for a time, like
Oh,
since he was young, he's had epileptic fits of
I didn't know that.
various yeah, oh yeah, they call him Shaky.
Oh,
His that's his handle, his nickname is Shaky, but he's
that's
also
great.
had an out of body experience or two, or maybe more.
Well, you said something about that song having something to do with UFOs. Maybe it
Oh,
is a coincidence.
after
I've
the
had
gold rush. You're right.
oh,
Uh,
and how I know the song, but
Grant
how is
Cameron. That's who told me that. That's who presented the information to me when we had him on. We one of the interviews we did with Grant back a couple of years ago. That and Kashmir. You might not know about this, but Kashmir from Led Zeppelin. That those two songs, that and After the Gold Rush from Neil Young, are often, for whatever reason, uh, related to and associated with either abductions or experiences of interdimensional sorts.
that's
So
interesting.
yeah. Hey,
I
speaking
had,
of, hmm
yeah, I had dreams about UFOs for the last 2 nights, and I told Janan about them, and they were extremely vivid.
uh-huh.
And maybe this is the link here. How is Gold Rush related to UFOs?
Well, like I just said, that I don't know. I mean, it's one of the songs that I play and practice here. I should,
Well,
you
is
know.
there a lyric
Oh yeah,
phrase
well,
that,
yeah, 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 for sure. Like the third verse, is if I can get it, it's like, well, I dreamed I saw the silver spaceships flying in the yellow haze of the sun.
oh
There were
yeah, yeah, right.
children crying and colors flying all around the chosen ones. All in a dream, the loading had begun, flying Mother Nature's silver seed to a new home in the sun. And that kind of makes me think, let's not forget,
Right. That's
we got three eye Atlas barreling down on us here
huh?
and
Yeah.
it's going to be all within the next couple of weeks. Back in the
Mhm.
day, there's that whole thing with the Hale-Bopp comet, I guess. I'm not sure what even became of
I
that,
saw.
what the
Oh,
deal was.
I had a really interesting experience with that. I was observing it for a few days through a telescope, and as I was watching it through a telescope, I saw stars occulted. They just disappeared and reappeared in its train. And I said to myself, wow, this thing must be dragging a huge cloud of debris. I wonder if we're going to see any of this. And about 3 days later, we were walking onto the roof of a building, 24-story building here in New York, the Windermere, where we used to have our observatory on the top floor. And as we were walking out the door, this brilliant object just appeared to come down vertically right over the Hudson River. It came down at an incredible speed and just stopped, dead stop, about 700, 800 feet above the water. And I could see it was sparkling. You know, like a sparkler on 4th of July? It sparkled like that for about 3 or 4 seconds and dissolved, but I could see a nucleus of black, like a cold black nugget chunk that radiated out all this energy. And it affected me very, very strongly because when it came down and stopped and did its thing, I stopped in my tracks and my whole nervous system shuddered. And then as I was reliving the memory over the next couple of days, my body would shudder in the same way, mimicking what it had done, seen it. So I think it was a meteorite, but meteorites usually come down in arcs. This thing came down vertically, and it was a black nugget that just stayed there, and I could see it shrinking in size, and then it just dissolved. I guess ash fell into the Hudson River.
And this is all during the Hail Bop.
Oh yeah, it
That
was
that
either Hail Bob or Hyakutake.
Okay, so
One of them.
well, on Hail Bob, just for people listening who looking for more of a timeline, that was was that the mid '90s?
Yeah,
Early night. Well,
yeah,
that led up to the whole what was that cult? The Heaven's Gate cult. And
yes.
they're there.
You know what's strange about Hale Bopp? I don't know if many people, but my astronomy friends noticed it. Hale and Bopp discovered it. I think Hale was the amateur who discovered it, and Bopp confirmed it. When they met and got together, they looked like twins. Look up a picture of Hale and
Huh.
Bopp together. They look like twins, like Hinckley and Chapman.
Okay. And
They
once
were
again, mm-hmm,
they were built the same way. You know?
that's
I
pretty.
wonder if they were part of the subgeniuses.
The Church of the Subgenius.
Yeah, it's all about Slack, you know. So probably nobody cares about it.
Oh no, Robert Anton Wilson and Discordianism,
Oh,
that whole trip, that whole
he was
thing.
great. You know, one of the Muppets turned me on to Robert Anton Wilson. I used to teach the Muppets Tai Chi in 75 to 78. I taught two of the Muppets. I knew all of them, but two of them studied Tai Chi with me.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Nelson, who was the Count and the Bertner. Yeah,
Count.
he gave me two books. He gave me, first of all, he gave me the I Ching as a gift, which I still cherish.
Okay.
And he gave me the Illuminati trilogy, The Eye in the Pyramid, Golden
Sure.
Apple, and that's where I first learned about Discordianism. And you know what's ironic? The first book, The Eye in the Pyramid, it starts off with Lee Harvey Oswald in Dallas, you know, holding a rifle as Kennedy's coming down the street, and he relents. He doesn't fire. He doesn't want to kill him. He doesn't shoot, and then he hears the gunfire. And it's woven. The JFK assassination saga is woven into that novel with knowledge from the inside, and that's where he wrote about the Discordians, that band.
Right. Kerry Thornley.
Yeah, Kerry Thornley. I know people who knew him very well.
Yeah, small
so he
world.
was a U.S. Marine. He was a U.S. Marine, and he served with my friend Roy Schaefer. It's a long. We're all so interconnected. It's amazing, you know.
All is one. It goes back to that whole 0 point energy business, and which dovetails with what Eastern philosophers have seemingly been attuned to for quite some time. So, which brings us around a little 360 full circle. perhaps Neil Young music and attunement, this and the Greco-Buddhist context of things, and just begging people's pardon as we multitask here behind the scenes and work on getting a little, hopefully, content, musical accompaniment where we will not necessarily have to get penalized too badly because it takes on it's in karaoke form, uh, just the ambiance to add to the spirit of what we're doing here, obviously. So Neil and some of his
YouTube and
classics.
Facebook will still catch you for the music, though.
Yeah, can you hear that coming through? You probably can. I think we got the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
good. All right. Well, we won't. I'm not going to be singing along to this right now, but we will. We'll maybe give that a shot here in a few minutes. So the Greco-Buddhism, 900 years, attunement or enlightenment, as it. Well, here's the thing. Buddha and Socrates were not exactly the same. Well, by God, they were pretty close actually. Although I think Buddha was first. If going by the official, story, the timeline, as it were, mid, like around 550 or so BC, let's say. Socrates, I think, came. Well, it was just in the lead up to Alexander the Great, so that was
I
like
think
what.
they were 200 years
That's
apart.
right. There you go. So, but here's the interesting thing, and this got me really scratching my head. And it's like for me, really, it's difficult not to see that there's this undercurrent of something going on. That maybe the exchange and cross current influence between India and Greece and beyond, of course. But musicians on two separate occasions. First with the Buddha, approached him and asked, what is the secret or means to enlightenment? And he, looked at the musician and said, well, look at what you do. What happens when your string is too sharp? It snaps and it breaks. You can't do that, obviously. It's just, you can't play. Yeah, it doesn't work. When it's too flat, it's all warbling and out of tune. That doesn't fly either. So, the answer thereby is it's the middle way. You get that sweet you hit the middle resonance, and I guess what we generally tune to. There's alternative tunings, of course, but like A440, we've all, I guess, presumably heard of what is it? 432, the hertz, essentially. So. But Socrates was approached in the same manner, asking about eudaimonia. Socrates, what's the answer? He's approached by a musician and essentially gave the same analogy of sharpness. He's like, flatness. You're a musician. You should know these things. It's the middle. It's the middle way. It's where you really are able to penetrate and resonate along the lines. Let's not forget what Tesla told us, quite simply: vibration and frequency. If you want to know the truth to the universe, the deeper truths, reflect upon, give some time to think about, and just kind of flow in a flow state of vibration and frequency, not too sharp, not too flat. So but okay, well, and on that note, here's the first song that came up after the gold rush. We'll maybe get trying a little in the way of karaoke just a little later on down the road after we get our telegram and a few other things taken care of here behind the scenes. So bear with us, people. But so let's hear a little bit more. Welcome, Just Rev, as well too. We see you're connecting with us here via the Peanut Gallery over on D Live. Yeah, you're actually. Let's give it. He talked about maybe being more a part of of our great shoe that we have here twice a week typically. So let's see if we can bring him into the conversation if he's interested and available, and take it from there. He plays a lot of music over with his, with the live stream that he has running on D Live and elsewhere, of course. So he's looks like he's in a neutral state essentially at the moment. But now, if either of you, Mark or Robert, could bring something up, and once again, I got my hands full here, and I would have done this. Myself earlier had I not, had a little more time left to do so. But just a quick Chat GPT, AI, web search or what have you. Any fun facts? Or I think didn't you have the Neil's discography up in front of you there with all the songs that he's done over the years and album releases and so forth?
Actually, right now I was looking at Stephen Stills, who was
they're good friends even to this day. They're very good.
Love the When You're With Me, big hit.
Right? Yeah.
Neil Young, Alabama, that was another one.
Right.
Cinema, we talked about. This dog. It's very interesting. I didn't know he was Canadian.
Oh, sure. Yeah. In fact, Donald Trump, apparently. Welcome, Kundalini King 42. The guests are, well, you're our guest, I suppose. But we have here Robert Morningstar out of Manhattan, USA, and Mark, who's a resident of Texas, the great Longhorn state of Texas. Myself, based out of South Korea. So it's a global affair. And, you're welcome to share your thoughts, comments, questions, and everything else in between. But, yeah, currently Trump, I guess, that's one of the talking points that we had here is potentially, I mean, it's interesting too because he voted for Reagan back in the day, which really made waves. People took a lot of his fans aback, who tend to be more there's a lot of lefty hippies, as it were, for lack of a better way of describing things.
Neil Young voted for Reagan.
He did. Apparently, that's how the story goes. Yeah, once he voted for Reagan, so it's noteworthy. And I'm not sure what he said regarding the whole matter, but and I don't know if that maybe was the first term, back in 1980. I don't know. It's really strange because Jimmy Carter had done a lot to ingratiate himself with the Allman Brothers and other, Willie Nelson, good friend of Neil's.
I really like the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
Eat a Peach is still a classic. Every song, Eat a Peach, Blue Sky.
What's it called?
Yeah, Blue Sky is one of the top songs, and Eat a Peach is the album.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Allman Brothers. What a weird ending for the bass player. That whole motorcycle story. They both.
Oh, was that Dwayne's?
Yeah. Dwayne was one of them. But the bass player, Oakley. I think they both came around a turn in a motorcycle, and they both got killed hitting the same tree.
Hang on, because I think it was Greg's brother Dwayne died in a motorcycle accident, right?
Yeah.
But the bass, they both died together?
No. It's a certain time apart, maybe a year apart.
But they both died from motorcycle accidents.
It's turning the same turn and hitting the same tree.
You got to be kidding.
I'm not kidding. That's the story I heard.
Oh, my God.
But he's freaked out by it.
That's wild. Weird.
Yeah, it is. Well, I always stayed off motorcycles because one of my favorite people in history was T.E. Lawrence, and he bugged on motorcycles. My brothers went to motorcycles. Well, I prayed every time. I remember once went to see a film. My brother Lou took his motorcycle. We came out of the movie, and it was pouring rain. And he said, "Come on, I'll give you a ride home." He had a helmet with a visor and a helmet without a visor. He wanted to take the one without the visor, And I said, hell no, man. You take the one with the visor. And he goes, that's all right. Come on, I can do it. I said, put on the one with the visor. So we take off, and we're ripping up Broadway, and some taxi goes wailing by us, hits a puddle, and both of us got splashed. I was just totally blinded by it. He had the visor, so we lived. If we hadn't had the visor, we'd have been dead.
Huh. How about
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to have had a motor. I had it as a kid I had dirt bikes, but would have I don't pardon me?
I said I like muscle cars. I thought safe.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, since speaking of motorcycles, guess what famous, or what more would regard as infamous, celebrity Neil gifted a motorcycle to back in the day, right around the time he rose to prominence in the world of music. Charlie Manson.
Really?
Charles Milhouse Manson?
Charles, son of man, son.
Well, have you ever heard the song Revolution Blues?
No, but I heard a Revolution number 9, and it always bugged me, and I'm not surprised that it drove. That's crazy. It's the only song on that Beatles album, White Album, that I just skip. I just pick up that song.
Number 9. Interesting.
You know, the strange irony in that whole thing, dealing with the Dakota.
Yeah.
And Rosemary's Baby, and Roman Polanski, and the Mansons, right? Mia Farrow did Rosemary's Baby in the building called the Dakota. It was produced and directed by Roman Polanski. Sharon Tate winds up murdered by the Manson gang. Manson said he was inspired by Revolution number 9, which was written by John Lennon. John Lennon moves into the Dakota, and he's assassinated in the entry. It's like a trinity of evil. That's so. There's an article I wrote many years ago, Trinity of Evil, how these events, the staging of Rosemary's Baby in the Dakota by Polanski, and the writing of the song by John Lennon, led to this connection between all of those people who suffered incredible tragedies. They brought it down, and there was the intention. I was just talking about Rosemary's Baby earlier today because I saw Mia Farrow last night for Thanksgiving. I watched The Purple Rose of Cairo, which I think is brilliant. It's a beautiful movie. I think it's Woody Allen, the pervert's best movie. And so I started talking about that strange connection with Mia Farrow. And somebody was saying to me today that Frank Sinatra was married to her and he divorced her after she made that movie. Because she really went negative. That was the first hint of the existence of that satanic cult.
Oh, here's what I was going to add to this. Now we're on the topic of John Lennon, and it's a small world. Once again, you reach the highest levels of any profession, but music is one of them. That David Bowie. Speaking of synchronicity and the like, that the night after that he was killed, that Ono and John had been booked to have appear to. David Bowie was performing The Elephant Man, basically a local, I guess, theater. I don't know if it's Broadway or off Broadway or what have you, but they had seats, choice seats booked to see him perform The Elephant Man on stage. Guess who had the seat right beside them? Mark David Chapman.
No kid.
That's how the story goes.
Yeah.
Hashtag fact check, folks. Now, if this is the case, if that is the case, how was that just? Is that just a coincidence?
I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah.
Or is there something at work? In the
Or
sense,
was something at work even then to set up Chapman as the patsy? Because you and I agree that John Lennon wasn't really killed by Chapman, but by the CIA assassin who was the drummer, right?
Jose Perdomo, who the media, well, nice work, well done media, big media. Who knows how it all would have played out if people, independent underground investigators and live streamers such as ourselves had been around, but they didn't even mention Perdomo until over a decade after the fact. They covered it all, every possible angle, but just happened to leave out that one particular character for some reason, whose history, as you alluded to, seems to stem directly back to Operation 40, which that's the whole Bay of Pigs business, the Cuban dissidents, anti-Castro.
Well, they were all off-the-shelf assassins. The Operation 40 guys were that bunch were off-the-shelf assassins. As a matter of fact, I mentioned how much Mark Chapman looked like John Hinckley. Ronald Reagan wasn't shot by Hinckley. Hinckley fired at him and hit the top and Baker. But Felix Rodriguez, another arch assassin of the CIA, was the guy who took the shot from the second floor of that network.
Yeah, where was that? The Dell Tech's building?
No, that was in Washington. The Reagan.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about Felix Rodriguez being over Reagan on top of the building.
No, second floor.
Okay, okay.
The curtains are slightly drawn. There are pictures. The curtains slightly drawn, just enough for him to take a pot shot. Really close, right?
Is this? Are you on the same page as Roger Stone then with this, or
probably?
Because he's talked about this, but my understanding, my recollection is he said the roof. So, anyways, from a overhead vantage point, whatever the case. So
it's just the second floor.
That makes sense.
The ground floor.
Yeah.
A balcony.
Reagan on top of the building. Hang on a second here.
Second floor.
There we go. Sorry about that. We had to bring Telegram online.
Not top. Second floor.
Gotcha.
Right. I mean, what?
Hey, let's try this one.
Okay,
let's try this one, you guys. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to see if these. I don't know if this is the right key or not. Best key for me, but unknown legend, which goes back a number of years. There's Daryl Hannah, who he married back in 2018, I guess. So, good for him. His wife Peggy passed away from cancer right around that same time, is how the story goes. But so let's see. This is a great tune.
Neil Young was married to Daryl Hannah?
He is now.
No.
Desert highway. She rides a Harley Davidson. Her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been half her life the chrome and steel she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes. The air she breathes. A low resonance register, not easy to. Yeah. I got a friend in Canada he's not a fan of Neil's voice. He's an old guitar luthier, and he's got a shop back in Central Ontario. I reconnected with him when I was there in Central Ontario. Yeah. Here we go. You know it ain't easy. You got to hold on. She was an unknown legend in her time. Now she's dressing to kiss, looking for magic kiss. She gets a far away look in her eyes. Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson, her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been running half her life, the chrome and steel she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes. The air she breathes. That's a better way of the phrasing there.
Very nice, very nice. Well done.
Kamsahamnida, kamsahamnida. Everyone, moduga, katsi, sing along. Actually, I have my first little live gig, coffee house, coming up here first in like about 10 years in a couple days, so wish me luck. Here we go, break a leg. Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson, her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been running half her life, the chrome and steel she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes. The air she breathes. I guess it's the outro. So, yeah, Unknown Legend. That was a big song for him back around, I guess it was the mid 90s. So, yeah, check out if folks that have not really had the chance or interest in keeping up with his career. Definitely do so. That's what we're here to do. Is first and foremost, reflect upon and talk about his life and career. Here's another fun fact, small world. I actually jammed, here in Korea. I had the opportunity, the good fortune, to play with an old friend of Neil's. His name was Mandolin Terry, was what we called him. And then I had another jamming partner, about your age. Now he's actually around Neil's age, I think, 80. Professor Terry, another Terry, who's semi-retired down in Mexico. So that's why, Mandolin Terry, and then Harmonica Terry, or Soju Terry is what we would often call him. He's an author of numerous books and had quite a decent run here in Korea. Soju, of course, it's Korea's Victory Gin, for anyone who's wondering. Victory, George Orwell, 1984 gin. We'll leave it at that. But Mandolin Terry, man, he was great. We had once again, good fortune, good time, hanging out, shooting the shit with him. I got a funny story to share as best I can, and him and his wife, they knew Joni Mitchell back in the day. His wife talked about gifting Joni her first guitar, because out of Winnipeg, right? And then they even, Sonny Terry, Brownie McGee. You've heard of those two, I guess, right? The old blues kind of folk singers, driving them around to different venues, different gigs.
But I love Joni Mitchell, Judy Collins, and Joan Baez.
Right.
I really those ladies.
What about Joan Baez and her politics?
I never really pay attention to musicians' politics. I listen to the music, and everybody has their right to their own opinion.
Right, of course.
I was pretty much anti-war at the time. Really,
right. Yeah.
I told you I was going to be an officer. I was in ROTC. I went from Army to Air Force ROTC, and then I found out that they were smuggling heroin back inside the bodies, cadavers of our soldiers. And I said, this is evil. And I wasn't born to kill people, bombing them, from the air. So I stepped out because I realized we were getting a big lie about Vietnam.
I think we might be looping back. I hear like a sort of delay echo with the music coming through on, I think it's your end, Robert, because just the way things, if you mute out, I can tell you right off the bat. Yeah. There we go. And then open it up. So if you just, the monitor end of things, maybe deal with the volume or whatever coming through, because I guess you're listening live.
My monitor is on as low as it can go.
Good.
We always have a problem. I think it's your headset. We don't hear it.
And here's the thing, but I guarantee, like if you go back, you listen to the playback, you will hear it. So that's one of the things to take note of. But okay, so Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell, I mean, all great friends going back so many years. Neil Young at Farm Aid, let's not forget about that. He was not because this is the whole activism thing where a lot of people are not able to separate art from the artist. Either they can or they can't. And that's where we get, appreciate their art and music, but not their politics. Robert De Niro, speaking for myself, I just lost it. I can't, he's in my books, he's done. He's finished. It's just the way he handles himself. You can criticize Trump without being a total lunatic asshole.
Yeah, low class moron. I mean, he just lost it.
He's got the FU money. It's all that FU money.
He's just mentally ill, emotionally disturbed.
TDS.
And you know what? To be honest with you, Robert De Niro wasn't that great an actor because he didn't play different people. He always played the same guy in all the movies. Taxi driver.
Yeah. Hey, we're listening to.
Robert's breaking up on my end a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard it too.
Because I'm far away from the microphone.
Well.
Anyway, Robert De Niro did not vary his characters. He played the same Guido.
We're listening to Old Man right now, too, in case people are wondering. And the interesting thing about this, a lot of people think that he wrote this for his father. And I'm trying to remember his first name. I should know because I had his book. Scott Young. Scott Young was his father. And he lived to be a pretty decent age as well. He was a famous sports writer mostly. He wrote a number of books for dealing with hockey and, kids' books covering that whole, business. And he did it quite well for himself, and he was a well-known Canadian writer, back in the day. So but this was, in fact, I guess it was written for the groundskeeper who, when, I don't know if this is Broken Arrow Ranch, I just found out about last night. I just, because you can only know so many things being a fan, like fan or fanatic. Try to just let people be with their private lives too, of course. But so Broken Arrow Ranch, and the groundskeeper, so the story goes that when he bought the ranch, it was the guy that tended to the lawns and just manicured shrubs and the grass or what have you. So that's who he wrote it for. But you can think about it as being for his father. It works in the same way for him. And like, you could sing it for anyone. Could have the song and have it intended for their father, I guess, right? Or just an elderly person that they at least semi-respect. So yeah, there we go. I don't know if we're going to get around to rocking in the free world. Maybe try to work on doing something here behind the scenes and getting that on board, Mark. But that's not one of the songs we had a chance to download. Although I do have, there's a Vimeo clip of myself. It was the 50th year of the John F. Kennedy assassination. I'll never forget it. I was actually down in Gwangju, I guess it is, if you look at a map of Korea. Went all the way down on the train to Gwangju, and we played it was a Philippine hurricane or typhoon relief, where we managed to, raise a decent amount of money for people that had been hit, back in 2013, I guess is what it was. So, and that's one of the songs we did together as a little impromptu band that we formed just for that one gig, really. We practiced a number of times in the lead up to things. I went down on a train maybe 3 times altogether, I guess, and good times, good memories. Although one of the guys in the group was this kind of carbon cultist reactionary, kind of the way maybe Neil and Daryl Hannah might be too when it comes to their extreme views regarding. I mean, they've drank the Club of Rome's fake green lemonade, so I think is kind of what it would seem. But who really knows? Who really knows how far that goes? One thing I can say for sure is with the experimental kill shots, they're totally sold on that, and it's scary, really scary.
I was talking about the climate scare scam recently, and how ignorant people really are. They claim that CO2 is a threat to life on Earth. And
oh my God!
There's never been a greater version of life on Earth than during the Carboniferous era. And I ask people, how much carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere? I say, people, take a guess. Kathy, take a guess. What's the percentage of CO2 in the atmosphere? I have the fact. So
you're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you to take a guess.
Well, I kind of know the approximate number, actually, so maybe ask Mark, see if he...
Okay. Let's see. Mark, do you know how much CO2 there is in the atmosphere?
Most people think a lot, right? Generally think a lot.
When I was asked the question, I said, I'll make you 10%.
Yeah.
How much CO2 is in the atmosphere?
Yeah, oxygen.
Not enough, because when we had lots and lots of CO2 in the atmosphere, we had giants, dinosaurs.
That's right.
And volcanoes everywhere.
And it
was grand.
The trees grew 300 feet high. But the fact is, I said 5%, and my friend said wrong. And it's 416 parts per million. It's less than 0.000416.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
So it's just total scam. It's a big lie. And the ignorant fall for it. It's real science. It just violates the heartbeat of the man. Those are facts.
I first came to know about this or heard about it with the congressional hearings that were taking place. I think it was last year. Dealing with this whole carbon racket and scam, as it is, directly from the Club of Rome, folks. If you get to investigate or look into it. Endlessly hoodwinking the public. It's just one story, one issue after the next, because people don't think critically, being duped, no critical thinking skills or stopping to ask any questions, just let alone the right ones, and just believing in what the corporate legacy media tells them. There's a picture of Peggy, Neil, and Zeke. Actually, I think it's Zeke is his name, and he struggled with cerebral palsy, I believe, since probably he was born. But now, one of the questions that things that I would be curious in knowing is, are those sort of conditions? Well, I think the question almost answers itself, because many people who have adverse effects to vaccines or just kill shots that have. Oh, there we go. We've actually lost. It's the 1 hour mark. We have no advertiser here either. So it would be great, of course, if we could work on doing that, picking up an advertiser or sponsor at some point. Of course, we do as far as the news is concerned. Let's not forget that Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, along with the CannaSense Cannabis Collective. This is a little different story, though. We just got to get the logistics straightened out, is basically what it boils down to. So let's cue this back up, and enjoy the rest of the ride here. Maybe take a quick look at things here. Sonia Galactic working with audio video. CO2 is a serious problem, needs to be gone. I'm so sick of CO2. Interesting. Love the songs. Yeah, man, that's why we're here working with audio. That's not Roger Hansen, is it? Incognito. Zane Ivy. Christian Latahua. Welcome, folks. Kundalini King, 1996. Let's not forget about you. So good to have everyone on board. Let's see, the check drop by Beam. It's got Just Rev over there, who may or may not have been, dropped us some digital credit. I have no idea. He's doing pretty well for himself, actually, doing a great job over on D Live. We've built up a digital credit of like around 40,000 lemons or tokens, as it were, which if we were to take that and put that into our bank account would come to the tune of around maybe $350, $400. Well, he himself, he's up there in the millions, is what we heard the other day. So we had him on as a feature guest just last week, actually, and he is really rocking. He's definitely rocking in the free world. So great to see him having met with the success that he has and letting them have it, all guns blazing. But yeah, we'll work on maybe Sonia can drop by there and take a look at things if she's still hanging around. We got a number of lurkers, as is typically the case too. Let's not forget that. So folks, do log in and let us have you make your presence known. That's what it's all about here. Thoughts, comments, questions, criticisms, what have you. So we'll see. Maybe if who knows, maybe Yvonne will show up here when we reconnect, or Kyler Davenport, actually, a special guest, someone who had engaged just over on X. A number of the posts that we recently put out there, thinking that he might be interested in dropping by and adding, contributing, sharing his thoughts, essentially, regarding what he knows as far as having crossed paths perhaps with Neil back in the day. I think it was for a time that he helped out as a roadie and spent some time on the road with Willie Nelson. So he was someone who was a part of Willie's 90th year birthday celebrations just a couple of years ago. And we really appreciate having him connected with us, essentially reached out and helped to enliven, along with enrich the show, the content that we are archived now, obviously. And that was one of the shows that, if you look at the YouTube archives, I I think first of all they took the show offline. Interestingly, it's a pretty sad state of affairs, but that's what happened. It's back up there now, and it was good timing regarding the matter and the lead up to Willie's 90th birthday. Now we've got Robert Morningstar and Roger Hansen. I don't know if he's answered our call here or not. Are you there, Roger?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, yeah. Just pipe up a little bit more if you could. We'll take a look at your levels here. We got the screen share on, so you can see how you're coming through. Have at it again. Give it another shot there.
All right. How about now?
That's good. Yeah, you're registering quite well. There is that's Neil's, for people who are wondering, Broken Arrow Ranch, or at least a part of it. We were referencing earlier. Roger, our condolences regarding your mother's recent sudden passing, is what it sounds like. Similar to what happened, with my mom this past January. That I just talked to her at Christmas, and she was gone within a couple of weeks. So
Sorry to hear about that. We've all gone through it. It's an archetype, man. It's really part of being human. One of the most difficult times in a human life is to lose your parents.
The first time that the family prayed in 12 years, he was telling us. I hope that's not too personal information to share.
It's fine. It was actually for me. I mean, since I left AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, I haven't prayed since then, and it was like I did the Lord's Prayer on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with prayer, man. There's nothing wrong with that in my mind. So good. Have you studied NDEs?
You have to explain initials to me. I'm not real good with.
Oh my God! Oh geez, near death.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's a part of some of the newer stuff I talk about. Reincarnation, near-death experiences, consciousness stuff like that.
So I mean,
fellows are interested, I'd be happy to share with you a wonderful experience that happened to me after the death of my mother, which is devastating, really. It's the most difficult thing that I've gone through. And after a week of all the things you have to do, notify the family, prepare the wake, the memorial, the disposing the body, etc., it was really draining. And 7 days after my mother died, I went down. It was all over. We'd had the memorial. Everybody gone home. That night, I went to bed in the other room here, and I lay down in the dark, and I heard footsteps in this living room approaching my bed, and someone came up to the side of my bed and touched my shoulder, very gently touched my shoulder. And when my shoulder was touched, I felt paralyzed. I just couldn't move. And I felt something entering my body. It felt like magnetism or a gas. You know what I felt like? I felt like a tire, a tire that's low on air, and you take the hose and you put it to the valve and press it, and the air, I was filled up from my right shoulder into my right lung, down my body. When half my body was full, my body exploded in white light. And I realized it was my mother. And I said to myself, this is my mother. But it's more than my mother. The presence was so awesome. It was my mother closest, but there was something else or someone else around. And I said, mother, mother. And right before I said those words, the white light that was just exploding out of my body went through my spine, and it poured my spine. You say like rotor-rooter, just going like a tornado that went up my spine. The Kundalini from my tail poured up right behind my heart. And that's when I said, mother, mother. And when I said that, the presence just drifted away and just went out again. And then I could move, and I realized, oh my God, I had a visitation from my mother. The next morning, I got word that my stepfather had died that night. At the moment that was happening to me, my stepfather passed away in a hospital in California. And I was later told that, he'd been in the hospital for a while, and they brought him word the week before that my mother had died. And he just got the word, and he just turned his head and, just retreated. And then he just didn't come back. And you know what? I thought that they loved each other so much. They didn't want to be the first to die to give the grief to the other person. So when I said, this is my mother, but more than my mother, it was my mother and my stepfather who came to visit me. And I've had several visitations, both Jalan and I, her mother passed away 2 years after that. And I've had several visitations from them. I'll tell you about those another time, but it's very reassuring, folks. And I share that with you so that you know that we don't die. The body drops, but the soul and the spirit live on, without a doubt.
With me, the mourning isn't really about my mom passing away. It's about her not being here anymore. The loss is actually a selfish thing for me. And I know that that's the way it naturally is. That's why people mourn, is because they feel like you're physically not going to have anybody there. And
True. I was talking about that as the void. The void in space. By the way, I am going to plug it because I think it's important. I wrote a new article for the Morning Star Report on Substack, and it's called Thanksgiving 2025. What America needs more now than ever is gratitude to God and love for each other. And I put together the history of Thanksgiving, written by my friend Dory Wiley. And it just all converged. I had this idea to write this article, and things converged. My friend Dory Wiley in Dallas sent me the history of Thanksgiving, and I sent a notice. I wrote a message to Charlie Kirk at TPUSA. They wrote back and sent me, Charlie Kirk loves Thanksgiving, his favorite holiday. And then I compiled 4 of the most beautiful love songs of the 20th century, mostly from Broadway plays like South Pacific and Carousel and West Side Story, Music Man. I put them and compiled them. And I said, we have to get back to normalcy. We have to get back to establishing proper relationships between men and women, and the natural affinity and attraction between men and women, because it was disrupted by feminism. Feminism actually should be called masculinism, because what it taught was women to learn to behave and think and act like men. And that's part of the fragmentation, intentional fragmentation and division of our society comes from cultural Marxism. Feminism was a construct of Marxist-Leninist communism. And it just did that in the Soviet Union, every country it took over. And so that kind of infiltrated into our society, leading to the greatest aberrations imaginable: LGBTQ, transgender, surgeries, mutilating children, and we have to, get away from that. And I made a very important point. Sex and gender are not the same thing. Sex is a biological term. Gender is a grammatical term. Gender is a grammatical term in Latin and other languages derived therefrom to classify objects and things, not to classify people. So we have to avoid embracing or using that vocabulary of newspeak, which has been used and is being used to try to fragment our society. So I hope that people will go to robertmorningstar.substack.com and take a look at that article. It's deep, and the songs are at the end. They're beautiful.
Thank you very much, Ben. Yes.
I have something to add.
We got a couple new people here on Broadway. Just the Neil Young tie-in, of course. That's first and foremost in the in the spotlight here this week. Although it's fine to bring in other topics and angles and into the mix.
Well,
Not a problem. Sonia and Yvonne out of Coquitlam, British Columbia.
Yvonne.
Sonia, welcome, Sonia.
Yeah, I
Good
just
to have
wanted
you.
to add to what
Phoenix,
Roger was saying.
Arizona.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Roger was saying that it's kind of selfish about how his mom's maybe not here anymore, and that's kind of what he's focusing on. And I just wanted to kind of add in there that sometimes when people go like that, it for me at least, it's been to where you kind of, I don't know, almost put yourself in their place.
We're all here to go, aren't we?
You kind of experience or maybe relate to what they might be going through and things like that. So it's just a little bit different perspective.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, I can tell you one thing when it comes to all this. It's like in the last 3 or 4 days, I've actually cried for real. You know what I mean? Where before has always been putting up a front. Like this whole year,
tough man,
being around you guys, it's seriously, this whole last year has been hell for me. Okay, and I've put up that front and pretended that freaking everything would be okay and it would just be good if I managed well. But when this happened, I actually freaking had to feel my emotions, and it was the first time I've done that in a long time.
So wait a minute.
Okay.
This is the past year with her condition deteriorating.
With her, with everything like it. I mean, people really don't understand how much you have to go through when you're old, when you're elderly.
Oh my God!
And things.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my mom to death, but I'm going to tell you right now, it was the hardest thing I had to do, taking and being around her for the last year and a half. But I'd never take that back. You know what I mean?
Because of her mental state, is that right, or
all of it? All of it. She had dementia.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she had cancer. We didn't know that until friggin' she was in the hospital.
You're kidding?
Yeah, it was that fast.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of cancer?
It was
pancreas.
It had a weird name to it. It's
not pancreas.
It was a complicated name. It was in the lung.
Okay.
And well, see, what happened was like 2 weeks before she went to the hospital, I had taken and gotten her completely off cigarettes. As a matter of fact, it was 3 days away from being 2 weeks off of tobacco.
My God! Wow.
And she started losing weight, and I thought that maybe that was because of no nicotine in her system, because like nicotine with sugar diabetes usually causes bloating in legs and stuff like that because of the sugar diabetes. And I noticed that the swelling was going down, and I figured that was what it was. But apparently it wasn't, because we were weaning her off of nicotine for a good month and a half. And the last 2 weeks, she was completely off. Her last month, she had smoked maybe a pack of cigarettes within that entire month.
How old was she when she passed?
And she was 74, getting ready to hit 75.
You know what? That's the same age as my mom. She was born, your mom was born in 50?
49.
Mm-hmm.
49. Christmas Eve, actually, 49.
Well,
She's a Christmas Eve baby.
This Christmas will be special for a few people around here, though, I guess. In a sad way, but we'll try to lift people. We're here to lift as many spirits as we can, so do our part, raising the vibration. So
sorry for your loss, Roger and Robert.
Complimentary you got 30 minutes with
I don't know what
Yvonne
you're
there. Free services.
If you want.
I was saying,
I don't know what you're going through, but I do care. Both of you.
the word to mind, what Roger was talking about is that when you're faced with those situations regarding your emotions, you steel yourself, S-T-E-E-L. And then it happens, and then Roger, I'm sure you would agree that shedding of tears and weeping and crying for your loved one it's
Cathartic.
reaffirmation of our humanity.
Mhm.
It's a washing of our souls. You know, we hold ourselves too hard often, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden something hits us, and this flood comes through us. And it is a great washing of the soul. I actually had that experience of all things on November 22nd, which is always a day of mourning, you know, thinking of John F. Kennedy. I thought that was who I was going to be, you know, mourning for. I wake up that morning and find out that the deep state killed Audie Murphy, the most decorated soldier of World War II, and one of my childhood heroes, since I saw the movie To Hell and Back twice when I was 5.5 years old. And to realize that they'd killed him too just really hit me hard. So that was weighing very heavily on my mind. Audie Murphy found out in 1969 to 71 about the illegal medical experiments on veterans and the Veterans Administration. He found out about MK Ultra. He probably found out about the Montauk Project, and he was exposing it. So they sabotaged this plane. You know, 3 mechanics with security credentials showed up in the hangar where the plane that he was to fly the next morning was hangared, and they rigged it so that it would crash. Pieces of the plane started falling off as it was flying, and it spiraled into a crash in Virginia.
Similar to what what occurred regarding the JFK Jr. Situation that you know a thing or two about.
JFK Jr., Hale Boggs was a member of the Warren Commission. And
you know, Nick Beggage's father went down in that plane crash too.
With Paul Wellstone?
No. With Hale Boggs up in Alaska.
Yeah, well, he was griping about the Warren Commission reports. But guess who was at Audie Murphy's funeral?
LBJ.
George H.W. Bush.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in 71, they had made him ambassador to the United Nations, but he was still, you know, one of the chief spooks, overseers, shadow of a lot of people in the assassination. So 1971 was just 8 years after JFK was killed. And again, it involves this war between the Irish crown and the British crown. And Audie Murphy was Irish, you know. So Reagan was Irish, Kennedy was Irish, RFK was Irish, Charlie Kirk, that's Scottish Irish. It's a much deeper occult framework to all these assassinations. And they're human sacrifices, in fact.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, war being the bloodiest occult human sacrifice that I can possibly imagine. But having said that, on that note, and you know, Neil Young, once again, that's what this is all about. So full circle 360. It's episode 360, celebrating the life and career of Canada's great country folk and rock musician Neil Young. We'd like to hear a little bit more from Harpo Yvonne, who I'm really pleased has taken the time, voted with his computer mouse, showing up to
Thanks.
have his thoughts and opinions heard regarding Neil. But War of Man, I believe, is one of the songs.
What happened to Neil?
He had his 80th birthday.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he died.
And he married Daryl Hannah. So, I mean, life is good, Hannah. I guess.
80 years
life
old.
is pretty good. He's long may he run, you know.
He did die.
What? No, Neil Young died?
Isn't that what you're saying? It's a memorial for him? I thought you were saying he died.
Hell no, it's his birthday. No, there's nothing about a memorial.
November 15th is his birthday.
Yeah, it's like, it's a little belated, but, you know, it's like...
It's all good.
Confused, you know? I thought you were saying...
I love Neil Young. He's great. Do you remember Terry? I used to go to
Mandolin Terry.
Yeah,
I've talked. Let's hear more about Mandolin Terry. What stories did he share with you regarding the old days back in the Peg with Neil?
Well, he just said that he played a bit with Neil.
I forgot. I forgot
nice
to cap
guy.
that off. Do you know the famous story? Here's Neil asked him about his career where he should go, what he should do, and his response, Mandolin Terry's like, don't, your voice doesn't quite cut it, and your guitar playing needs a lot of work. It's gonna be, so,
You said that to him?
What's that?
You said that to him?
He did. That's what Terry told me.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh God.
How ironic.
And then he passed away.
By the way, that reminds me. Yeah, he was a good guy.
You heard him, yeah.
Last night I was busking down at the Arms.
Oh, you're hard
outside.
At it. Wow, look at that. Eh? Good for you.
And one of the ladies working around there, she said, you should get a demo and send it in. Maybe you could play some Friday, Saturday night at the bar.
Okay, yeah.
It's called the Arms. So there's the Arms liquor store, and then there's the Arms pub. Mm-hmm. Then there's a pizza place, and I stand in front of the pizza place and busk.
Excellent.
And I make pretty good coin.
They don't mind you.
Last night,
they don't mind you being out there, obviously.
Well, the bar, they don't. They say go over to the pizza place. Can't busk in front of the bar.
But that the pizza, like generally the way the deal works, I'm not sure if there's private property rights or what have you. As long as things are okay with the venue that you're standing out in front of, you can play.
I know. Well, anyway, so I stand in front of the pizza place, and last night a guy came by. Yeah, he was pretty old, and he said he talked about Randy Bachman. He played drum with him a long time ago. And I guess they were just over the border in Washington State recording. And I don't know, I mentioned that story talks about a pizza delivery guy.
Oh, yeah. Taking care of business.
Who played piano. Yeah, taking care of business, and they had trouble finding him next day.
Did they ever find him or not?
I think they I think he came by the day after. Like they finally found out the pizza place or whatever. I don't know if it's pizza.
Yeah, I think it took years to find the guy, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know, but they said please have him send us a pizza. Anyway, so I was talking to this guy, and he I guess he played drum a long time ago. He's pretty old.
With Randy. Yeah.
With Randy, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of neat. And Randy Bachman lives on Salt Spring Island now, I believe.
Yeah. That's we were talking about Robert Anton Wilson. Don't you just love the name dropping? It's like almost famous, pirate crew here. It's just incurable name dropping. But it's a small world too. So here's the thing: is like I was up on not quite Mount Tuam. That's often why I did like to go there in the day, was because of the Tibetan Buddhist retreat that they had there. That was a groovy place to spend a little quality time if one could manage and afford it. But Robert Anton Wilson was a guy I met through the interwebs, and he was into Discordianism and this church, the subgenius, kind of outfit and whatnot. So Robert Anton Wilson actually had visited his house on at least one occasion, and this is actually a Jewish Israeli guy. I'm not sure, a dual citizen or what, but just happened to be that he was in charge of all the satellite kind of telecommunications on the island. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I think his name was like Yuri or something like that. Airy, but nice guy. But anyways, I ended up, so I stayed the night at their place, and he's like, yeah, by the way, the chair you're sitting in there, that's, Robert Anton Wilson sat in that very chair not so long ago. There was another time I was out touring around at a radio station.
Hold on, who's Robert Anton Wilson exactly?
Oh, you missed out. We were talking about Discordianism a little earlier.
Oh, okay.
So, and you'll have to look him up. You'll get a kick out of what he has to offer. He was really great. Illuminatus trilogy and so forth. He wrote for Playboy for years, I guess. And but just look up Robert Anton Wilson #RAW. But I was at a radio station at this one point touring out on the road, and the DJ's like, oh yeah, by the way, Sheryl Crow was just sitting in that seat like a couple weeks ago. She was touring on through here. I was like, oh, really? Oh. So I kind of snuggled my butt cheeks in a little closer. Got a good feel. But she's another one, though, unfortunately. so many of these artists, performers,
Yeah.
you know, that I can appreciate their art, their music, and probably even get. I mean, I might get along with them as people, but when it comes to things like the Kill Shots is another just classic example. It was an embarrassment, I thought, where she came out, and this is like when everything with the whole Corona apocalypse was in the decline, and she's like trying to convince everyone that it was important to like socially distance and still keep wearing masks. So sorry, you know, Cheryl, hashtag useful idiot pro, but great music. Same as Bruce, you know, and Neil to a large. You remember the Spotify?
Did he play Four Strong Winds?
Does Neil play?
Oh, can you play that? Neil Young does a version of it. Ian Tyson.
Well, it might come up in the. Can you hear the music coming through right now?
Yeah.
That was me. I recorded that just last week.
That's you?
Can you believe it?
Good.
Well, kind of like just multi-tracking, electronic kind of deal. So, you know, try not to rip the man off too badly, but
This is why I'm encouraging you to do these shows, Jeffy. Just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, I stepped out for a little while to get a cup of coffee, but you mentioned Robert Anton Wilson again and the Illuminati trilogy. I thought I'd just give you the gist of the whole thing. I went through the 3 volumes, and in the end, what the story is that the military found out that Hitler had made a deal with the devil and had made a pact, and that they actually incarnated him, and that the U.S., when we defeated the Nazis, captured him, and he goes by the name of Yaldabaoth, and that in order to contain them, they had to build this building shaped like a pentagon and transfer him and bury him down in the cellar, you know, the sub-basement of the Pentagon. And the Pentagon is actually a containment structure to keep the devil under control.
Wow. Yeah, Solomon's. Yeah, you know, some people call it the Solomon Seal, but really it's apparently the Star of Rephaim.
Rephaim.
Yeah, I have to. I'm not sure on the etymology. It's ref for interesting. Maybe re means like again, right? Like to redo.
Yeah, they put up that star. They aligned the Israelites aligned themselves with that sect in the Moloch sect and fought on their side, and they were chastised by one of the prophets for putting up the flag.
What? Excuse me. Can we hear that one more time? What are you exactly?
Well, that's quoting from the Bible where they are chastised by one of the prophets for putting up the flag of Rephaim. Is that they allied themselves in war with a group of Moloch worshippers.
Oh, forces of darkness.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's kind of the Rothschilds who done with that.
Associated with Saturn.
That's right. Yeah. So,
can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Do you remember background? I mean, this is pretty old, but background the first war in Iraq, January '91. There was Neil Young had this anti-war website where people could kind of like have songs put on it, and I had that song "Cry." I had it and he put it on. It was like number 68 or something. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he had hundreds of songs.
Jeez.
Different people.
Oh,
and like anti-war songs.
Right on.
And I'm just trying to see if I could find that darn website.
Oh, wow.
That was really close. This anti-war Neil Young.
2001, 2002. The first.
Oh, is it then? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was wrong.
That's Afghanistan.
Check this out.
Oh, Afghanistan. So,
right.
Do you have a link for that at all?
This is antiwar.com, I think is what it was, right? Yeah. But listen, check
right?
this out. I rewrote, actually, Ohio. You remember that everyone remembers January 6th, and it was like 5 dead on Capitol Hill. You know, with
Oh yeah. Well,
Dominion,
No, no.
Dominion voting and the CCP, and so just
But Ohio is about Kent State.
I know, but so Jaffe
That's
rewrote
good.
it. I got to
Oh, I
read.
see.
I'll tell you what, because I'm going to jam out. This is what I do. Like this is my little
go
kind of
ahead. Do it.
No, not now. Hermetic. After we
Do
get
it.
off the air, I'll reissue it in it. It's a different key because I recorded initially in the wrong. It was like D minor. I think I'm gonna drop it down to A minor and see where that takes us. But you might get a kick out of it. I tagged like Jimmy Fallon and others. I don't know if we probably.
Awesome.
Yeah, and people dug it. Some people dug it for sure, but Jimmy Fallon is like there's a challenge to him. It's like, well, here you go. And even Neil, I think we tagged him as Neil. Here's an idea. Why not? But for him, I think it was just too
I hear
much.
Korean in the background. I hear Korean
Hang
in
on.
the background.
Oh, I see. I know exactly. We got. Thank you very much. We have Elvira, Cassandra Peterson, who she played the character of Elvira, so she's in the mix there. Like I said, we put things together in a kind of semi-hasty fashion, and well, it's just a technical little snafu.
Hey, if you want,
Hey,
I'll
play Sad-Eyed Lady of the
She made it with
Northlands.
Elvis one night, But go ahead. Sad-eyed who?
Sad-Eyed
Sad-Eyed Lady of the Northlands.
Has Robert
Yeah.
heard that one? Has he heard that?
Oh, I love that song.
You heard?
That's
No,
a
no,
great
no, no,
song.
no. You're thinking the Dylan tune, Robert. Sad-eyed Lady of the Lowlands.
Well, that's what he said. But did he say the Northlands? I said Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands. That I know that Dylan wrote it, but Joan Baez sang it so beautifully.
Yeah.
I really remember.
No, it's called Sad-Eyed Lady of the Northlands.
What's the story behind that song, Yvonne?
I'll let you explain it.
No, I've done enough talking already. I talk too much, so you got the mic.
Oh, don't talk while I'm interrupting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just I think it's about relationships and things going to hell, and whole church praying.
Yeah.
God help you.
That's
through
right.
hard times.
That's right.
And it's a beautiful tune.
Do you cover that song while you're busking?
No, I can't. I can't get the guitar down yet.
Damn.
You're not referring to the Dylan song.
No.
I need to practice it and get it down.
Robert,
it's not easy.
Robert,
but play it.
No, not right now.
I'll
send you a copy to Robert since it's come up, and I've laid a few songs on Robert. He hasn't been too impressed to this point. Slightly.
This is the best song by hands down.
Yeah. So
you want me to sing you a song?
Yeah, man. Is it Neil Young?
No.
Well. Come on, we got to have a Neil Young angle. We'll even let you do Charles Manson if you want to.
So people remember half-hour free.
We were talking earlier, Yvonne, about Neil gifting good old Charlie a motorcycle back in the day. I think they were hanging out in the Topanga Canyon area, right? That's that whole music scene way back when. And Charlie with the Beach Boys. Everyone's heard these stories, and there was a lot more to that whole business than what most people realize.
I have a song from South Pacific.
Well, okay, on Broadway.
Yeah.
You go ahead. If it
just give you two stanzas and that's it.
Oh, a couple verses.
One more, you got to pay. If you got one more, you got to pay.
Oh boy, here we go. Busking Robert.
Younger than springtime are you, softer than starlight are you, warmer than winds of June in the gentle lips you gave me, gayer than laughter are you, sweeter than music are you, angel and lover, heaven and earth are you to me. And when your youth and joy invade my arms and fill my heart as now they do, then younger than springtime am I, gayer than laughter am I, angel and lover, heaven and earth am I with you. Want more? You got to pay.
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah, you
kind
sing
of
like a
D-ish,
lark.
all right, man.
That was beautiful.
That's
Thanks,
cool.
thanks,
Beautiful.
Robert.
Yeah,
That was beautiful.
You see why he was able to
Take it on the road.
land a pretty decent babe, basically, you know, bird.
Yeah, babe.
Bird.
I want her,
Don't call her the wife. She's not the wife.
Romance. The romance. Yeah.
I want to do it as a duet, and I'm trying
Oh,
to.
Does she
coach
sing,
Would love to.
Janon? Can she?
I do have the range of Elvis Presley. Love Me Tender is another one I do.
You sing the register and range
Oh,
that
my.
you sing. Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Oh my!
He didn't go, big band. I mean, he stayed within the confines of I think a very beautiful, normal baritone
Elvis?
voice. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's my opinion. I can hit his notes. I can't sing. I can't sing Neil Young. It's just too high pitched.
Everybody in my church says I sing like Neil Young.
You do a little bit, yeah. How's that hearing aid working out, by the way?
What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, hey, I warned you. I warned you this past week. You
really
better. Let's hope it doesn't kill you. They say the doctor said it's supposed to help you. I'm worried it's going to kill you.
Oh, it's not an Israeli hearing aid. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's not one of those
like
hearing. Well, I mean, a lot of people have died from hearing aids.
No.
So
this one's it's
an
a bell
HIV.
tone. It's really good.
What's that?
It's working really well. In fact, I think it's really helped me improve my singing. So I can hear the high notes better.
That was some bad singing.
Everybody.
Freaking hearing aid helped us. I'm just saying.
I'll never give.
Keep me searching for a
heart of gold.
There you go. You do sound like
I'm getting old.
You do sound like Neil Young.
Keep me
searching for a heart of gold.
And I'm getting old. Bob Dylan, while this song was being recorded, Bob Dylan, so the story goes, was sitting outside in like a recording van. And there's a van like outside the location where it was all going down, and he was steaming. He was fuming, apparently. He's like, "That's my song. I should have done that one. That's my song." So let's continue here. Hollywood.
I've been to Hollywood. I've been to Redwood.
I'd cross the ocean
for a heart of gold.
My mind,
yeah, baby.
it's such a fine line.
Such a fine line.
Keeps me
David
searching
Crosby is
for
a son of a bitch.
Right. And
I'm getting old.
I'm so young right now.
Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old.
See, Yvonne, you're proving once again
Great
that
job, Yvonne.
all Canadians sing like Neil Young. You're a prototypical living example.
Don't get any back bacon grease, my dear.
You're technically Canadian still.
Who? Me?
You.
Technically.
Technically.
Oh yeah. Keep me searching
for a heart of gold.
I finally got the song down, like where I can play it. I've struggled with it for years.
You would do better with like Bruce Springsteen kind of music.
Yeah, but I got to branch out. I did too much. I was too Bruce crazy for too many years, and I didn't spread my wings a little more. And until recently, my guitar just sat for years. I just stared at it in the corner. I was like, what's the point? Like, why even bother? So now it's like I'm getting
sing some John Cougar, and you'll do.
Yeah, I've been working on it. Well, we used to do Pink Houses with a band back in the day, and things like Small Town Rocking and ROCK in the USA and small. Oh, here's another version. We're gonna do this one too. I don't know. I just ripped these karaoke, tunes.
Cool.
Just in the lead up to
karaoke Neil
going live here.
Oh, did you hear the story about Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen?
in writing songs? How
they're
long
in a
it
coffee,
took them?
yeah, you heard that, eh?
Well, yeah, but the listening audience
they're
probably
in a coffee
hasn't.
shop. Oh, they're in this coffee shop in Paris. And Leonard Cohen asked Dylan, I like that song, I and I. How long did it take you to write that? Dylan's like, I wrote it in the back of a taxi cab, 5 minutes.
Right.
And then Dylan asked him, yeah, I like that song, Hallelujah. How long did it take you to write that? And Cohen's like, a couple years.
Well, he wrote a lot of verses that one.
Apparently,
too.
Ratso, the reporter, he was saying that he
Fatso
said there
Ratso.
could be up to 170 verses.
Yeah.
Of Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Imagine that, eh?
Yeah.
And you heard the story
Leonard.
about Hallelujah.
What's that?
There's a good special about Hallelujah you can find on the internet. It's a documentary. And
What's it called?
when it came out in '83, that album, I think Various Positions or something.
Okay.
The president of Columbia Records, real asshole. He says to Cohen, he says, "We know you're great, but are you any good?"
Ah.
And the album was in the can. They had the record, and the guys said, "We're not releasing it. This is shitty."
Right.
And it was released in Canada and England.
Uh-huh.
And later, it was released a different place.
He probably
In
toured
New
in
Jersey.
support of it, obviously.
Well,
Canada,
Well,
that's what they
this
do
was
even in Hollywood
1983.
too, though.
What's that, Roger?
And Cohen was really depressed about it.
Yeah.
And Dylan started singing Hallelujah in his concerts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And people began to hear it. Then later, John Cale did it. Jeff Buckley did it.
Right.
And then Rufus Wainwright did it. And they came out in Shrek, and it just went crazy.
Yeah.
And it was voted Song of the Decade.
What's
The
the
80s.
documentary called?
I think it's just Hallelujah. Like
Okay.
the making of it or something.
Neil's got
It's
one
a-
here called Coastal. I think him and Daryl Hannah, his wife, worked
Really
on
cool.
it. So I
Yeah.
haven't found it yet. I'm looking for it. But anyway.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Roger.
Speak of the devil.
Anyways,
I was just saying, like Hollywood in the entertainment business, they're notorious for doing it. Like if there's something that doesn't hit
no
big
taste
here, and
whatsoever.
Well,
they
Springsteen.
ship it to Canada usually,
Oh, really?
and then
Okay.
it goes out from there. So
Oh, and it might because it might take off. Yeah.
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 Well,
and-
Heartland. That's what they did with Heartland first. Was they
Heartland.
wanted to they wanted to do it in Hollywood.
Who's
But
that?
since it was Canadian based, they did it there.
Oh, is that a TV
It's-
show?
Yeah,
Right. What's the content? What's it all? What's the deal with?
it's just about a horse, a family that
Neil's
raises
Long.
horses in Canada.
Is it worth
um,
watching?
No, it's horrible.
Oh, I see. Kind of like
probably-
Little Mosque on the Prairie.
No,
Gag
imagine
me with
imagine
a halal
Canadian
spoon.
imagine Canadian liberal country
Mosque.
girls.
Go back to the Middle East, you jackasses, with your poisonous ideas.
Seriously, like
What's that?
imagine Canadian liberal country girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little
Yeah.
Mosque on the Prairie. That was the abyss.
There's not too many liberal country girls in
Makes
Canada
you
generally.
Right,
They're mostly
exactly.
Grow up.
so the
Exactly.
CBC. It's
Bad
CBC. Like they're
Horrible.
all about culture creation and inverting shit. You know, and it's called programming for a reason. Let's not forget that. And by the way, dear listeners, in case you're wondering, what we do here, it has nothing to do with programming. It's conversation, dialogue, discourse. We are a clearinghouse of information and ideas. We're not here to offer any formal legal, financial, or health advice. You know, if you've got any problems in those areas, be sure to seek out the properly credentialed authorities, as it were, just, to use your own discernment and judgment. But on top of that, the views and opinions expressed on behalf of myself and the show's guests do not necessarily reflect those of the show's sponsors or the wider listening audience. So yeah, little Mosque on the Prairie. I mean, just disgusting. let's just, and that what they've done now with the country on that front, like it's so obvious, so bloody obvious. Because I don't. We'll save it for another time, I guess. But we can talk prairies. We'll save it for the news. Prairies, as far as Neil and his 4 strong winds. I think Alberta Bound. Didn't he cover? And did Tyson write that one, Alberta Bound, or I think it was, and 4 strong winds. Yes, the story behind
Tyson
that too.
wrote 4 strong winds,
but not Alberta. Did Lightfoot write Alberta Bound? Look it up. Look it up while I'm wrapping this up with a nice, hopefully pretty, pirate bow. But Dylan and Tyson were both in a cafe down in, I guess, Greenwich Village or someplace like that in New York. So the story goes, and they kind of, I'm not sure who came up with which song first, but I think Ian Tyson was working on 4 Strong Winds, and Bob was kind of just
Gordon Lightfoot
looking over his shoulder. You're kidding? Yeah, it was
Gordon Lightfoot and Paul Brand.
There we go.
Alberta Bound
with Paul Brand.
Go ahead.
He had a co-author.
Paul Brand. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's After the Gold Rush again. Now you missed out on this in the first part of the show, but if Robert's still here, I'm not sure if he cares to recap. Have you heard, Yvonne, the deal behind this and how it relates to otherworldly phenomenon? Or, hey, let's not forget, maybe subworldly, subterranean phenomenon, because there's a lot going on.
Deal? Which deal are you talking?
We're talking about After the Gold Rush. The song that we're listening to, can you not hear it? After the Gold Rush?
Yeah, I can hear it. But, you mean those lyrics about relating to UFOs?
Yeah, like I dreamed I saw the silver spaceships flying in the yellow haze of the sun.
Yeah, that's pretty blatant, explicit.
There were children flying and colors, children crying, colors flying all around the chosen ones. Here's the second verse. I was lying in the burned out basement. It's not my key. Go for it. Full moon in my eyes.
I was hoping for replacement when the sun burst through the sky. There was a band playing in my head, and I felt like getting high.
I was thinking
about a friend who had said I was hoping it was a lie.
So it's key of D, I guess.
Thinking about what a friend had said, I was hoping it was a lie. Sorry, it's a bit high for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a dream of a nuclear explosion and then the rapture coming to rescue the people, the UFOs coming to rescue the people. Jefferson Airplane had a really interesting song. Have you seen The Saucers in their first album?
Great tune, yeah.
In Mexico, about...
what's that, the song about Mexico?
The song about Mexico is about the weed, and how a tyrant named Richard is, suppressing it. It's a really great song. That first album was great. And then, I forgot who did it, but The Saucer Full of Secrets.
Here we go. Well, I dreamed I saw silver spaceship flying. The yellow haze of the sun. Children crying and colors fly all around the chosen ones. All in a dream, all in a dream. The loading had begun. Flying Mother Nature's silver seed to a new home in the sun. Flying Mother Nature's silver seed to a new reaches silver seed to a new home in the sun. There, that's some. I got to work on that. I should be able to do that. You know, the
That's
problem
an easy
is,
song. That's an easy song.
It is, yeah. It's a brilliant, great song. And if I get the rag out, I would. Here's another brilliant tune, "The Loner." Changer of the way he talks. Let's turn it up a little bit here. All right. Hey, we're rocking with this loud the way that Neil Young wants it to be. The keeper of the key to the locks. All right. When you see him, nothing's gonna be him. Step aside. Open wide, it's the loner.
You have Comes a Time?
What's that?
You have Comes a Time?
Yeah, or Lot of Love. To the end of the car. I gotta work on learning this one. It's a cake, man. It's off the decade. Send you move until he knows who you are. Station alone, the know that you are. Know when you see him, nothing can free him. Step aside, open wide. It's the loner.
Sing like a lark, baby.
Only do like Zeppelin or something.
I don't know that song. I remember when we first met, Jaffe, one of the first songs he played for me was a song by the Pogues.
Sayonara?
Sayonara. I gotta play that again. I haven't played it for years. That'd be great.
That's
for
great.
Buster.
He pleaded with her not to go. Day you left, died, did not show.
Somebody's playing the air guitar. What's up with that?
Oh, you see him.
I swear, it's like nobody was actually raised in the 80s. So yes.
Inside.
Pull up the air guitars. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
And Mark, he hasn't sung yet, not one time.
I know, it's amazing. Jumping in.
He's always singing.
Not enough punk going on.
He doesn't like punk. He criticizes my punk music.
Who's your friend from Fort Worth, Sonia? The guy you're hooking up there with in a short while. He's going to come up and hang out with Mark. He's in the studio, all three of you. What do you got planned? You gonna be there for the Operation Secret Santa?
Probably. I would imagine.
That'd be great.
So. Yeah.
I got to work on that. I don't know.
They were talking about having like a threesome.
No, that's
Roger. How soon? And especially it's Roger. Come on.
That, not like that. My goodness, you guys, you nasty. Just nasty
Come on,
fingers.
come on, Jaffe's kind of family friendly. Come on now.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what I was talking about. Don't go there.
Oh, everyone,
You guys
yeah.
Oh, don't get
I
me started
know,
on chicken
right?
hawk and chicken jockeys and
don't
stuff like that.
don't do
Or
that.
blue
You know what
waffle.
that is.
God
Chicken.
forbid. Blue waffle.
No, the chicken
Hawk?
thing off Minecraft.
jockey.
No idea.
Oh.
Chicken
Reference
jockey.
alludes
Those
to.
are scary.
Okay. It's been.
You guys want to hear Love Me Tender?
Yeah, I guess I'd like to hear a Neil Young tie-in, though. I'm wondering, what did Neil do with Elvis? There's got to be some connection. He likes cars. Both Neil and Elvis are crazy about 57, 58.
I think Neil Young heard Elvis Presley when he was a little kid. He said, "I want to do that." That's
What?
I think.
He did? Is it really? He did? Probably.
Well,
Okay.
Probably.
I know.
Yeah.
He's
I know.
just a couple of years older than I am, and
Yeah.
everybody knows Presley.
Yeah,
Everybody,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
hearing the Beatles saying, "Here, my brother's hearing the Beatles and seeing the chicks walking
I want
the
to hear,
yeah, yeah.
I want
hair
to hear
long,
Robert
black
sing "Love Me
car."
Tender."
Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
sure.
go.
Oh, here we go. Give it a
That'd
shot.
be nice.
Who are you dedicating this to, Robert?
To all of you.
All the what was it? All the women I loved
Never
before.
love you tender. I would love you rough.
That would be the one
Rough, great.
that Robert would do good.
What key is this in, Robert?
It's the key of Robert.
Okay, I figured you'd say that. That's right. Okay.
The key of awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the comments, and then we'll call it a
Kia
night
Stama.
and
Oh,
put Neil to bed.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long, take me to your heart, for it's there that I belong, and will never part. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will.
All right. There we go. It's
Very
key of
touching.
E, Robert E. Robert E. Lee.
Thank
maybe.
you so much.
Everybody's named Lee in the South. Yeah, he's great.
That's a good song.
Yes, indeed. It's a classic.
The Mystery of Mr. Lee.
Hey, here's an update, folks. Just to let you know, Jaffe will be. He's my manager sucks. It's been like 10 years. That's why I do so much busking when I get a chance or the inclination. Finally, get a little a coffee house open mic kind of stage opportunity. 3 songs coming up. Tuesday night, I guess it is here. Yeah, in Korea that'll be Monday morning-ish back in the West. Opening with Soju and Tombe. It's kind of a take on Reverend.
That's a good song.
Well, have you heard it?
Yeah.
Reverend Gary Davis. See, it's kind of quite similar, not totally, but it's different enough. Almost it can be almost. I could claim it for my own, but I have to give some credit to Reverend Gary Davis because that's who kind of got me inspired and going.
Reverend Blind.
But this thing is a folk song. It's not called Cocaine though, right? Because you don't sing that in Cree, but you can sing Soju and Tombe. Those are their dirty drugs, the mayak as they call it here, the evil drugs. So it's kind of a satirical blues number, acoustic blues. Secondly, Elvis. Can't Help Falling in Love, because it's something that's like the kind of the cookie cutter box songs that all Koreans of a certain age group know. The ladies, men and women here of a certain parental age usually. Young kids, you can forget about it. They're kind of out of the loop. But and it's in all the norebangs, which Yvonne will know about. Those are the Korean versions of the Japanese, what they had, the singing rooms, karaoke's, the tone deaf singing rooms, right? Karaoke, meaning tone deaf. And then thirdly, finally, I think Santa Claus is coming to town, coming into the Christmas season. So why not kind of rock out, kind of upbeat version, kind of like a Springsteen type, Santa Claus is coming to town presentation. And there we go. And who knows, it might lead to bigger and brighter things. I have no idea.
When are you going to do the real story about Santa Claus? You keep saying you're going to do that. You never do it.
No, we're not doing it now, but we do have a 10-day campaign, Roger. So you're welcome to join us.
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
well, we have 10
days. You going to try that this year?
Of course. You have at it. Let everyone know your take. Santa Claus. I don't want to get into it now, and if we have a difference, that's fine. I'll hear you out. But we've covered this.
You said you were going to do it.
Saint Nick, bro. He was a real guy. Okay, and the whole
there's
thing.
There's a lot more involved too, like the reindeers. The
Yeah,
reindeers are
yeah. Amanita
so
muscaria, the magic
He was a Turkish bishop. He was a
mushrooms.
Turkish bishop.
Yeah,
right,
yeah. Saint Nick. That's
Jeffrey
right.
right,
said, "Bro."
Smyrna,
right.
Turkey. That's something
And
like
the
that.
Christmas tree, dude. I mean, the Christmas tree has the world tree written
It's the
all over it,
devil.
dude.
Yeah, that's Christmas trees of the devil. I
Well,
guess if
not
you're
the devil.
Jehovah's Witness. Oh, geez. You know what? I don't usually do this. We don't usually do this, but because it's a special occasion, we'll call these dingbats back. Of course, I say that with all affection and love, because there are dingbats. They've got to be somebody's. Um, and we'll see. Maybe they're still here, presumably. Oh, they're not. By God, I'm not sure what happened there. So let's just let's get them back online and in the loop, as it were, and because it was kind of got cut off in mid sentence. Let all of them have their chance and opportunity to say goodnight and just final words regarding Neil Young, of course, and the impact of his music that he's had, and the life and career of Neil
Hello,
Young.
dude.
Alan, I wasn't
Hello.
sure if we should
I
call
had
you
to
or
mute
not.
Hey, there he is.
I'll tell you what, though, because to simply
Hello, mate.
well, do you know now? Do you know what our show
I've
entails
got
here
to
tonight?
turn some things off.
We're putting this one to bed. Do you know what the show is that we've done here this evening?
Yeah.
Dealing with chum chum chum. No
He-
idea, Alan. Can you
he-
hear me?
He's
Sorry.
been in chat with me. We've
Sorry, I
been
had to
talking.
clear up some background music. I had DK in the background.
Oh
I just
God,
had to
good old
X out.
DK. Who doesn't love a little
Yeah,
DK?
mate. Yeah. Well, we were having a conversation about important issues, as we do.
Okay, well, we were talking. It was all
Well,
Neil
yeah.
Young. You're not really quick on the draw there tonight, but yeah, Neil
Yeah,
Young.
I was listening to it earlier. Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay,
mate,
okay,
brilliant musician. Love
right,
his work.
right. Oh, good. So now we see your comment right there. That you're out playing bowls, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't play
Lawn
bowls, but I went to
bowling.
the bowling club anyway
Uh-huh.
because they sell beer.
What's that?
So,
Oh,
yeah,
because
went
they
down to the
sell
bowling club.
beer.
You just general conversation with people about important issues
Yeah.
and some not so important issues.
Okay.
And yeah,
Who
it's
who is working with audio and videos? That's got to be Roger under an
Yeah,
alias.
that's one of my channels.
Oh,
I got like
okay.
500 channels, dude.
Oh,
one of your followers, is it?
500 channels and nothing on.
Pretty much. I'm
All right.
losing track.
Can't hear much is what Amos Dale says here. Singing along to it, loving it. Do a different song, please. What were you singing along to, Alan?
Yeah. Well, that song that you were playing at the time. What was it? One you played twice.
After the Gold Rush?
Probably.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Got to
Yeah,
get these
loved it.
names down, man. Come on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it was coming up on the screen, and like it was. Well, I like my karaoke sort of thing, so of course I see words, I sing them.
Yeah. Did you hear the reference to how?
Not really much of a singer, but I enjoy it.
That's what music is there for. It's for anyone to step up and give it a shot, even if they're off key or what have you. It doesn't matter as long as they're not interfering with whoever's up on stage performing, I guess, right? So
There's
Well,
some
that's right,
people
yeah.
there's some people, and I'm an example of that. Okay, but there's some people that you don't let on stage. Like you don't ever put me on stage.
well,
to
not if
sing,
you're
dude.
drinking. That's for
Yeah.
damn sure. You
Sober.
yeah.
I'm probably a bit like that
DK,
myself.
sure. So
Sober, I will
karaoke,
mess it up.
who did we have
Okay.
on board here tonight? We had Sonia, so galacticfire.com, Robert with that great Substack channel. Oh God, why does this crap keep popping up? This email nonsense. Yvonne, harpo.ca. I'll put my man cave link up there. Amos Dale, you touched base, you dropped in here at the end. Yep. There you go. You get a link. That's how it works. We're happy to.
Woohoo.
What and Roger, of course, just your minds, Roger, is what we typically add. Are we missing out on? Oh, and Mark. Let's not forget Mark.
And Mark Watoshik. Now
Rodriguez.
you say his name, you rhyme it with Akashic, and you just add a W. Watoshik.
Watoshik.
Watoshik. That's how you say his last name.
Okay. Just Mark
That's
Rodriguez Productions.
the tongue twister.
.com. So there we go. That did you hear the story regarding after the gold rush, Alan? How that what we were talking about? How that and both Led Zeppelin's Kashmir, Grant Cameron, the ufologist, Canadian as it so happens, ufologist who's really in the know. We're talking, the Age of Disclosure, that great new documentary that's been released, and let's not forget Cosmic Disclosure. I've been digging away looking around on Pirate Bay, of course. Where else? We gotta get them on as a sponsor. I'm telling you. Somebody, we had a opportunity to do so, but then Al from Forum Borealis is kind of ghosting us as of late. So there's more intrigue and subterfuge here, folks, than one could possibly imagine. But it all kind of goes with the whole pirate radio ecosystem, I guess, and environment. And that goes right back to the BBC days as well, the mid to late 60s, where you had that government interference, the powers that be not wanting anything other than what they had pre-programmed, for whatever reasons, via the Tavistock Institute or what have you. So none of this freedom of speech, insanity, God forbid. How could we possibly control that? So that's not the message we want to be getting out there. But so anyways, I'm not sure entirely where I was going with that. You can tell at the end of my rope here myself, pretty much, to go to the hempen noose, hanging myself with it.
Well, hang on a bit longer.
No, we're done. We're done. We're calling it a night.
He's ready
here.
To snap, dude. He's
no. So Kashmir, let me finish then. I got it. Kashmir, okay. Led Zeppelin, and after the gold rush, Neil Young.
Haven't heard the Cat yet.
Pardon me? Oh, you haven't heard the Cat?
Yeah.
No, my little. No,
I haven't heard the Cat yet. Just got back.
I got my three little pussies here are quite content. I keep them very contented. Trust me. So. There's no doubt.
Doesn't even sound good.
Yeah, that sounds a little weird, but okay.
Hey, it's better than Roger's three-way action that he was promoting a couple of minutes ago.
You got three pussies and you got three-way, so
that was taken out of context. Like they were talking about getting together and do like a three-way.
Yeah.
Thing.
But neither of you. Hang on a second. Let me just finish, and you guys can jump in. We got to end it. But so Grant Cameron, the kind of well-known ufologist, we got Age of Disclosure, we got Cosmic Disclosure, was talking about the torrents and so forth, been accessing, getting, downloading some of that content as of late. It's mind-blowing. You got Richard Doty and others, for anyone out there listening who's into this whole thing, coming forward to, someone that Robert Morningstar regards as like a bona fide man in black. And, you look into his background, you can see why is the work that he did over the years with the OSI, Office of some Space Intelligence or something to that effect. So, but every time Kashmir and After the Gold Rush, when those songs are played, according to Grant Cameron, that well, not every time, but a lot. There's quite a frequent interdimensional occurrence or phenomenon that is prone to occur with those songs for some reason. So it's said. So the claim goes. I don't know if anyone has experienced anything.
I've done research, and this is the stuff that I get criticized by Mark and you about.
What do you mean?
Whenever I start talking about consciousness and this is all tied into what remote viewers are talking about. It's also what it's tied into a lot of the UFO abductions.
Okay.
And this has to
Or
do
just
with all of
sightings.
that.
Or
This
just
I
sightings.
like to call it like the most popular unpopular topic, because like even
Consciousness.
well all of it together, because like you'll even watch Ancient Aliens, okay, and they'll put little bits and pieces about what you're talking about into their show, but they'll never do very much in the episode about it. They'll always bounce in and out and cherry pick because they don't want to get too caught up in the conversation. But
Regarding
it's most
consciousness, they want to keep consciousness kind of to a minimum.
yeah. If you
Okay.
pay attention, especially in the documentaries, pay attention to what they say in there, and they'll always cherry pick that topic, and they'll just bounce in and out of it. And they don't ever want to just clarify what they're talking about.
Well, then send them an email and ask
Surprising.
them what the hell. Why is that? 'Cause, go for it. Let them have it.
Well, they think that we're crazy. Like it's pretty bad when somebody who's into the paranormal thinks you're crazy because you're talking about consciousness.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, I don't know, but it could be. So I'd have to see more of the facts as they are. And to say that Mark and
It's
I,
pretty
maybe
good.
Mark, I can't speak for Mark, but don't go and put words in my mouth to try to frame
you've
things in a way we're saying I've
You
got,
said it. You
give me a
said it
break.
to me a
Come on.
couple of times. You
Said
said
what?
it to me.
What?
You
Be
okay?
precise now. Exactly what?
When I'm talking to you about frickin' the human resonance and things of that nature, that
Yeah.
is what consciousness is about. That's what they've been
What
talking about for
I've
decades.
challenged. I've said, like, guffawed, like, oh, the human resonance. What, like that sort of thing? Is that what you're trying to say?
Vibrations, the whole nine
What the hell are
yards.
you talking about? Like, how many you have not heard me constantly bringing up Tesla, vibration and frequency. We just opened the show here tonight with this business alluding to musicians and meeting with firstly Buddha and then later Socrates, and
Well, especially
regarding
even Buddha. Like
enlightenment and
I
eudaimonia
remember
and how you need to be
we've
tuned.
we've even had
It's not going to
conversations
sound
on
very well.
Buddha, and I mentioned it even with Buddhism. Like
I don't know, man.
it's literally
You've got some misunderstanding somewhere, something. So just try to take another look and lend an ear, I guess, or give another listen, so you can hear. Am I doing that now again in your mind, or not? Am I
you're
not
attacking
being?
me. I mean, you're
No,
attacking me.
I'm disputing the fact
It's like,
that
why
you.
even have the
No, I'm just saying you're.
conversation?
No,
I just literally had to be quiet because you attacked me, dude.
there's there's nothing personal here. It's just these are ideas, these are
You do it
claims,
every
and
time.
I
You do it every
don't get, I don't
time.
understand consciousness. I'm not saying, I'm not disputing anything that you've said at all. It's like I think you're maybe uh, overly defensive about something. So strange. Alan, like, let's hear it from you. Do you know what he's going on about? Do you see me, like, where have I called it? Like, I don't know nothing about the Schumann residence. Why would I? Why
That's
would I?
when I even brought it up. You didn't want to even hear it, dude, like at all.
When?
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
I don't know,
Sorry,
man.
but I'll jump in and say that.
Well, I think you're just
Schumann residence.
mistaken.
So who's this
No.
Schumann person?
You just said it 3 times now, so I mean, people have heard it loud and clear.
The Schumann resonance has to do with the ionosphere, the relationship with the ionosphere and the Earth, electromagnetic
Look it up, folks.
vibrations,
Logos.
Yep. Yeah,
intelligent design.
Intelligent
design. Schumann. It is what it is, man. So
Yep. I mean, it's a really good topic. Don't let any of this arguing freaking discourage anybody from freaking checking it out, because this is probably the most amazing freaking topic you could ever freaking study. It really is. So that's all I can say about it.
I'm not. There's no nothing to the contrary on my part here whatsoever. So I don't know if you consider that another personal attack or not, but.
No, I mean, it wasn't even, the conversation wasn't even supposed to go in that direction. So I mean,
it's really sensitive, man.
No, I didn't get sensitive in this whole conversation. I did not get sensitive one time, dude. At all.
I don't know why I saw anything as a personal attack. There's nothing of the sort intended. So some people just take things certain ways. Can you hear the cat? Listen. Somebody's happy. Do you hear him?
Mm-hmm.
He's purring. That's Mandu. You can see him here. He poke his head up a little bit. He's came in.
So you've only got 3 cats now? I thought you had like 5 of them.
No, two died. They passed away. And, oh, by the way, NDEs, if you look into NDEs, people talk about meeting their pets too.
Really?
Yeah, not just their family members and so forth, but their pets, which is interesting.
Yeah, well, they're souls too, as far as I'm concerned. Your animals are, they're your mate. Yeah, they're, well, the unconditional love.
This guy,
and that's got to last more than just a life.
This guy, and they said, and I've heard people talk about how your pets choose you more than you choose your pets. So that's something definitely worth reflecting upon. But this guy may be a case of that. He showed up right outside at the bottom steps of our apartment here, just walking along to meet me there one evening as I was returning home from work, kind of in the lead up to winter a couple of years ago. And so I just I offered him a little bit of food, and thankfully I had like some part of a sandwich, I guess, in my bag. And yeah, from there it's like we've been pretty much inseparable. Had to go and get to do the little operation business where he had had his balls cut off basically. He was,
nutectomy.
Maybe that's what DK needs, with all his kind of aggression, hostility.
I don't think it make a difference.
But no, think about it. He would be so much more calm and gentle and easygoing.
No, seriously, I think DK is fine just the way he is.
Really? Even when he's drinking?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Really?
Leave the balls alone. Like no man should have his balls.
It's either the balls or the booze. It's the balls or the booze.
One
of them's got to go.
And he's, I call him a mate, and love him, hate him, or whatever. I can see his shortcomings, sort of thing. But yeah, his heart's in the right place. Like today, for example, he went to into Christchurch. There was the anti-GMO rally.
Good.
And he went along to that and filmed about 5 different videos and put it on. It's on YouTube.
Davin.
Seriously.
Good old Davin Butterworth.
Davin, yes, yeah. DK. Yeah.
But I don't know. Is he above board with his name? Like, his moniker is DK, but it's out there. It's public knowledge. Like, it's on the internet. It's like, oh, this is Davin Butterworth. So he did.
Yeah.
People, there's once.
That's okay, but
I like to call him Captain Caveman. I like calling him Captain Caveman, dude.
That works.
His site is DK Spiracy, and it's on YouTube. And he showed the work that he did today. He went and interviewed people. He filmed what was there, and it was quite good work.
Kudos.
So DK is
kudos.
He's not just a drunk cunt. He's doing the work. He's out there doing it.
Oh, that's good.
So
and Alan,
I wouldn't want to change him.
Alan, and I hope you and he realize that, not that either of you care necessarily, but we do salute him for that work.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So it's.
I'll tell him you said that.
I'm sure he'll love it. I'm sure he'll love it.
he will actually. Believe it or not, he really wants to come back on and be on your show, dude. Like I don't understand it. It's strange because you guys have like this.
DK, when he gets into a chat room situation, he is unstoppable.
Him and Kyler. You remember Kyler Davenport?
Yeah.
That bromance didn't last too long, did it?
No. That's right. Kyler Davenport was much the same.
Oh God, just really strong, just so alpha male, strong-willed.
DK's
Where, Danny?
Well, DK is one of the good guys after all. He's just a drunk.
Okay, Danny.
Then again, so am I. I'm a bit of an alcoholic.
But you're not a cunt though, man. You're like a drunk kind of happy-go-lucky guy,
Yeah. I've always been a happy drunk.
it's the time of day too. Like when you're dealing with people who drink, you can't be having communications with them after like
No.
5
No.
or
Yeah.
6.
No, and that's why I just can't. I will not have people that are drinking on. There's just no way. Whoever it is, I don't care. It's policy. And you know the thing is, anyone can
Well,
join
you just
us.
let me on.
But you're not a total piss tank. If you're overly impaired, either we'll ask you to go, or you can find the door yourself if it's too much. But look, the only thing that we really ask is to anyone that, you know, if you want to come on in, be part of the conversation, you're welcome to. Or, you know, it's pretty open door policy. Just don't be a dick. That's it. You know, just drop by and connect and have fun and contribute what you can. Let your voice be heard. We'll add your links after the show to the archived end of things via Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, you know, and it's all good.
And let the host speak when he wants to.
Don't talk over any show. Like, hello. You don't talk. Just any. If it's your show, same. It's like you're the boss, man. It's like, you know, we don't talk over you.
When I do a show and have DK on, I can over talk him. Yeah, that's one of my little talents.
I'm sorry. What is?
You can overtalk.
I could out talk DK.
Oh, I see.
Shout him down type.
Oh, I see.
Not really shout, but no. Yeah. I can pull him up somehow. Not all the time, but mostly I can pull him up.
What if he's depressed? Is he depressed or what?
No.
What do you mean pull him up?
No, in a conversation when on a show and things like that, when he starts on his little rant sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most people can't stop him. He just carries on. But I sort of mostly can. I don't know how I do it, but I say the right thing, and you know, basically makes him go over a hurdle, and he slows down. It's a talent.
Well, he likes you though. He has a lot of respect for you.
Yeah. We are good mates, you know. Yeah. That level, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, speaking about
we've reached.
I've got
Neil Young. Anything further regarding Neil Young?
I was thinking.
80 years, long may you run, Neil Young.
The best song he ever came out with was "Rockin'." What was it? America, Keep On Rockin', or something like that. Well, I was listening to it just now.
Best song they ever came out with. It was so good I can't remember the name.
I can't believe I forgot it.
So
I got a story about
Neil Young rocking in the U.S. I believe is what it was.
Rocking in the Free World. We're gonna
Rocking in the Free World. Yeah,
we're gonna bring up the version. Thank you for reminding us, actually, Roger. We're gonna bring up the version that we did with this. It was a typhoon relief, actually. You know, back in the 50th year anniversary of JFK's assassination, made my way down to Gwangju and played with a number of other folks in a little kind of impromptu band that we put together in support of this fundraising efforts, and things actually they went so well that the fellow who ran, he was the owner of the venue, asked us, do you want us to come back and do more at some future point in time? But we never did, unfortunately. That was it, because the only real purpose of us forming that impromptu outfit was once again just to play and perform in support of fundraising efforts for what had recently befallen, I think it is a Philippine typhoon relief to 2013. So yeah, we'll pull that up here momentarily. And before we do that, then, gentlemen, Roger Hansen over on Minds, obviously, and Amos, when's your next show? What do we? And both of you, have at it.
Be probably tomorrow. I think I'm doing a show about 11 a.m. in the morning here, Australian time.
Okay. What would that, as far as the West goes, what sort of time frame are we looking at then?
Oh, not really sure. Well, you're 2 hours behind me. New Zealand's 2 hours ahead of me. I think Eastern United States is like the other side of the time clock. It's, day before, and probably is it late in the afternoon, I guess, maybe?
Yeah. Well, actually, it'd be
Yeah.
probably late. Actually, tell you what. No, hang on. So, did you say? Give me the time once again. When is it?
Well,
Australian time.
say midday. Say midday.
All right. So if it's 3 o'clock, what do you mean by midday? 12 noon?
Yeah. Is
Okay,
there any
so
other
that's
sort of
10 o'clock here.
midday?
That's 10 o'clock
Yeah.
here, then, I guess, if we're 2 hours
Yeah.
behind. And that would be something like 9 p.m. No, let's get this straight now. That's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. on the East Coast of the Americas, 5
Right.
p.m. If Seattle, places like
On the
Seattle,
West Coast.
Los
Right.
Angeles, that's right, Vancouver, or where you
Yeah.
call home. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, we could hash over and dive into the life, career, and
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, so you're going to be around about that time, are you?
I 12
Yeah, I
noon your
might give
time,
you a
10
call,
o'clock.
maybe.
Yeah, I could make a note. Maybe
Mm.
try to get
No,
myself
Mike,
go to bed.
what do you reckon? Get you and DK on. We'll have a chat.
It's your show, so you know what? It's your
Yeah.
show.
No,
Oh,
and
It'd be
Roger,
10
you could
p.m.
jump on
my
too,
time.
actually.
Yeah, it'd be 10 p.m. my time, Central Time Zone in Illinois.
Yeah.
So
Okay, well,
I just ran it and checked it. So if it's 3 p.m. your time, it's 10 p.m. my time. So
yeah,
here's
I'm
the
talking about like
Vimeo.
midday.
We'll give it a shot then, guys. Here's the Vimeo. We got a 37-second clip. Thanks to both of you for dropping in, along with everyone else who did, of course, this week. It's been a real great show. Anything?
Shoo.
Yeah. All right. So
Who was that? That was some old bloody.
and yes, I can show up. I'll be there.
that was Ed Sullivan.
Yes, that's right.
Mr.
Mm.
Ed Sullivan. All right,
You could
guys.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Roger
Cheers, mate.
Hansen out via Mines and Amos Dale 777. We'll be adding your links here as soon as we finish up with post production and get everything archived via mostly BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. Thank you so much once again, guys. All the best.
You too.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Happy sailing. All right. So looking forward to connecting with them. Hopefully. Oh, this again. This crap. Oh, dear God. I'll tell you what. Is this a Firefox issue or what? So we'll see how this goes here. Are they going to block us again? They could, possibly. This Cloudflare is a headache. And they make us, to continue. Please confirm you're a human, not a spam bot. Well, we're not a spam bot. Oh God. So this is what we're looking at. It's ridiculous. That browser. Let's try another browser. It's a bitch. It's a real bitch being able to, they talk about net neutrality. Well, this is definitely not it. The free access, ability to freely access content via the interwebs without any interference or blockage. Oh, why are they doing this? It's like two. Oh, here we go. Thank God. Let's see. That didn't play out too well, did it? And this, I'm getting clawed by a cat here. Painful. So, what the hell? We had it here just a minute ago. Whoops. I see. Okay. A few seconds. Get a glimpse into what we did here a number of years ago. See if you can spot Jaffe. Doug on bass. Should have downloaded this, I guess, But anyways, let's see what we can do here, folks. You get the idea. Yeah, okay. Not quite. You get the idea, though. All in good fun, and for uh, for a good purpose as well too. The fundraising efforts in support of Philippine typhoon relief. So, lest we forget, I guess we'll be back here this coming Tuesday night as well. Actually, let's get this straight now. I got a new work schedule, so people have to play this one by ear. We're going to be sliding things around a little bit. It's kind of tricky because of well, the upside is I have more work in the real world coming my way. That for the first time in a while, we'll be having to shake things up here as far as the live streaming end of this whole business is concerned with the news and the feature shows. So stay tuned, to see how that evolves on that particular front. We're going to get down to some jamming here right after we call an end to things here. Rocking out and practicing to our heart's content, seeing if we'll do a little bit of recording, maybe get that tune that we alluded to earlier, Five Dead on Capitol Hill, sort of a reinvention, up to date reinvention of Ohio. Same musical framework basically, but lyrics have been altered and reinvented really, so that to reflect the event, of course, and a few of the a few of the key particulars of what took place that unfortunate day. Geez, what would that be now? 5 years ago, basically, more or less. So, yeah, and here we go. What the hell happened to Toronto? Neil's hometown. Maybe that's a song title. What the fuck? Just call it What the Fuck. You know, all about Toronto and what is going on there. Might it have anything to do with the overly ambitious and over the top open borders policies that the Canadian uh, liberal big red machine government has been pursuing? You would think so, working to contribute a lot to economic pressures, housing pressures, difficulty with cost of living, and food prices, and just you name it. So if there's one thing that people in this world deserve, it's a place to live, a roof over their head, and job opportunities, of course, and access to quality food, clean drinking water, and the like. And there's no reason that this day and age, in particular, a country like Canada, that can't be, more of a universal state of affairs. Maybe at some point here, I mean, that's one of the ways I guess I personally would define progress. So you take things from a situation, from a bad state where things find themselves in a bad state, and you work to improve the public's lot, and quality of life. Not do your damnedest to make it even worse than it already is. So just working right now to cue up the outro, of course, and remind people while we're doing this that WPRPN.com is the website you want to drop by, take a look at, sign up is free. Be sure as well to check out the show description end of things. We have a Patreon presence, Pirate Booty, easily accessible through Galactic Fire and elsewhere, coffee mugs, t-shirts, and the like. Digital love, always appreciated. Roger's been really great on that front over on D Live, Reverend Jim, and a number of others. So, long-haired Tsunami, geez, man, he really helped us out in a big way there. Last week when we had Reverend Jim on as our feature guest. So, but having said all this, hoping that everyone enjoys the balance of their weekend, that they rock out in the free world, or maybe slightly more unfree world as best they can. If you can get out in the streets and do a little busking, that's pretty cool. And be sure to revisit and connect with your Neil Young music catalog. There's a lot there. Nearly 6 decades, folks. 6 decades of time now that he's invested through the course of his life as a professional musician. He's a living legend. There's no doubt about that. And the work that he did with Farm Aid, so much more that we didn't get a chance to address this go round, but we'll be happy to revisit when we see you again during the course of the upcoming weekly World Pirate Radio news streams. Until we meet again via these high, often all too intrepid digital seas, I'm your host, as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, reminding you to keep your ear to the ground and eyes to the sky. Tally-ho, folks. Long may you run.
I know. There we be. Having carefully looked over each of our navigation panel instruments,
checking every level, switch, dial, cable, knob, and pulley, by all accounts and indications, we indeed see it's time once again to drop anchor inside Mystic Bay,
draw an end to yet another week of World Pirate Radio Live.
Remember,
if you're looking for a little more animated online action,
keep in mind we've likely got yet another great free-flowing Rogues Gallery after show
coming up for the next hour in one of our more premium, exclusive, and remote digital underground online pirate hideaways. Also, if you yourself have a new,
novel, intriguing, or otherwise underreported idea, unique individual, or pressing item in mind, be sure to either drop us a line directly over on WPRPN.com or fire us a quick email
via PirateOneRadio@ProtonMail.com.
We're always open to exploring fresh creative suggestions, intriguing guest ideas, cutting-edge discussion topics, and captivating themes.
Remember, WPRPN.com member site subdomain links are also always available.
Great for artists, musicians, podcasters, bloggers, social media personalities,
or pretty much just any old land lover
looking to boost their online visibility, presence, and reach.
Basic
personal profile accounts can be launched for just $60 per year.
Staking your claim now helps not only strengthen you and the network, we're also looking out for the little guy. That's right, folks. As much as half of all WPRPN's profits are redirected right back into the hands of the people who really need it most. Community charity. After all, we are the Robin Hood.
You can further embark on your own personal pirate journey by either liking, sharing,
commenting on, subscribing to, or just following us via virtually any mainstream social media platform, including Twitter, Facebook,
Gab,
or Minds.com. So don't forget to become engaged. Until we meet again out on the high digital seas, I'm your host as always, the ship's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. Tally-ho.